All right, so Magbak Elite case for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Let's go ahead and get directly into this case, man, because this thing has a lot going on. I don't want to waste a whole bunch of time rambling. Also, you guys let me know if I spend too long on these case reviews. I'll be trying to bring y'all the information as best as possible. All right, I just did it again. But let's go ahead and talk about it, man. First, shout out to Magbak for dropping me this Elite case. So many of you guys were asking me to talk about it. I had to use this thing for a few days because, once again, there's a lot going on with this case. Let's jump into it. Now, the first thing that you see right offhand, and I know you're going to say it, are those smudges. Fingerprint resistant is what it says on the website, and I'm gonna be real with you. Ain't no fingerprint resistant when it comes to this case, man. It's going to show every single damn smudge that's going to come off of your fingers. Now, this case is going to be kind of your hard design. Has a little bit of flexibility, feels kind of plasticky in my opinion, and we'll talk about that because that price point doesn't say plasticky when you look at the digits that it's going for, but it does have a little bit of plastic. Now, let's go ahead and step all the way around this case so you see what is going on. So on the top side, it's going to be completely closed on the top. Stepping on here on the side, you're going to have your power button. Now, let's pause right there. Everything that you see white on this case can be swapped out for whatever colors that they offer. Now, they only sent me the black version, so this case came with all of the black hardware installed. So I swapped out the camera ring, which easily can pop out, the buttons, all these little grips. These can easily be changed. Now, these are individual. They do come in actual strips. This right here is a finger lanyard loop. Now, I'm not going to pull it because it will pop off if the phone isn't in there. And this also has a little dust cover, which they call a finger pillow. All right, I'm not sure how you feel about the little thingamajob there. Yeah, it's a finger pillow, but it's just a port cover in my opinion. And you can, I think that's everything that you can swap out. Yeah, that's everything. So very customizable type of case that you can do a lot with. I'm not going to do it on video because it's changing these buttons out are a pain in the you know what, and just take my word for it. You don't want to sit here and watch me fumble with it for about 2 minutes, all right? Take it for my word. It's a pain in the ass. Let's go ahead and talk about everything else that's going on with this case. On the inside, you do get that soft lining. Of course, you get those magnets, and it's going to be a Magbak case that is going to stick to every single thing metal. You can put it on your refrigerator, you can put it on your car, you can slap it on the side of your computer, your desktop, whatever you got. And it has not only your MagSafe magnets, it has 1, 2, 3 magnets, and that really allows you to mount this thing anywhere. In my opinion, that is such a clutch little feature. And also, this box that it comes in also comes with a screen protector. So for the price, you can also get a built-in screen protector. I have never personally seen anything like this where the actual case comes in the box, and the box is the insulation tray for the actual screen protector. And we're going to go ahead and do that as well inside of this video. So let's go ahead and grab the scale and let's pop it on here, see how much this case weighs. And let's go ahead and drop it down. 50 grams, all right? So you got a little bit more heft when it comes to this case. Now, let's go ahead and slap the iPhone 16 Pro Max in here. And I did forget a feature that we're going to talk about also, is this does have, as you can see here, an embedded kickstand into the actual case. Now, it is kind of weebly wobbly. It is a little bit flimsy. And once again, this is things that I don't agree with for the actual price point. But once again, we're going to come back to this kickstand. And let's go ahead and bring the scale back over here because I'm supposed to be weighing them both together. And let's go ahead and take the Magbak Elite case 16 Pro Max, dropping it down 290 grams when they are paired together. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this case. This is going to be the white titanium, and this is the reason why I substituted all of that black hardware for the white. Now, all of this is going to be plastic. The little grips here, rubber. Buttons, all going to be plastic. Nothing metallic on this case. Once again, I got a problem for that price point. We're going to talk about it, all right? Let's go ahead and step through it. So on the first things first, lay on the table protection. Now, I don't have their screen protector installed. We will install that at the end so we can see what that has going on. But when you're talking about lay on table protection, I am rocking a tempered glass screen protector, and it does have a nice little lip that goes around. You can kind of see it looks like it raises up a little bit more on the edges. So I think you will be good when we're talking about lay on table protection. If it accidentally has to drop on the face, I think you'll be good to go. Not anything super heavy duty, but I think it's solid enough. Once again, this thing is really plasticky, man. So I feel like this is kind of that medium to light drops when it comes to this case. Now, how does this case fit on this phone? Magbak cases always fit pretty solid, but when it comes to this Elite case, I do like the fit of it for the price point. All right. So let's go ahead and start off with it. On that top side, you're barely going to get any movement. You're going to get a little pull and tug, but this is going to be very stiff material. Coming down to the sides, you're going to get your most movement right here by the buttons, action, volume up and down. When it comes to the power button, you're going to get minimum pull as it comes to that power button. But coming on down to the side, this is probably by far one of the most sturdiest sides right here where it comes to a camera control area. Usually right here, this is going to be very flimsy. It is strong, and I like what Magbak did to really reinforce this area right here from the camera controller. Of course, we're going to talk about that because it does have the cutout and not an actual button. Coming down the bottom, you're going to have your little bit of give down here as well. Seems like that some of that reinforcement isn't really coming straight through here, but very tough on the sides. Not really so much in the middle. But overall, this case fits very good. Let's go ahead and do the snap test. So one corner, two corners, three corners, four corners. That is some of the most snappy corners that I've seen on a case so far for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Bravo, Magbak Elite case. You passed the snap and pop test. Now, how does this case actually feel on the phone? And in my opinion, when you think about this case and everything that it has going on, you will automatically think this case is going to be super duper bulky. It actually has a very thin filler in your hand, and it actually feels very slim, more so than a lot of other cases that I have. Actually feels really good in your hands. You can tell that you do have a case with a little bit extra going on, but I feel like it definitely feels good. Now, when it comes to grip, these sides are going to be rubber grips, and I feel like they do help with the grip a good bit. I used this case for a few days, didn't have any issues with the grip. So I really think the combination of this material with that grip on the sides really allow you to get a good purchase on this device, and it doesn't feel like it's going to slip out your hand. Now on the back side, this material, once again, it just shows every bit of grimy fingerprint and grease that you have on your actual phone. But I feel like this can be a little bit slippery, but those grips are going to hold you down, I think, just good enough in order to keep your grip good. Now, let's go ahead and talk about all the features that this case has to offer. But first thing, we got to start off with the camera control cutout area. Now, of course, they have the cutout. Love this reinforced wall. This thing almost feels like a hard case because it doesn't budge at all when it comes to the corner. But getting your finger down up in there when it comes to it, you will feel that front edge. There have been some cases that has very good cutouts where you really don't feel that front edge, but with this one, you will feel it. But you can still use it. If the camera control is something that you use all the time, you will be just fine. And actually, you can use this button with confidence because this front side right here has that reinforcement. I have seen these cracking on already when it comes to a few cases, so that's good there. Now, let's go ahead and talk about another feature that it has, this finger loop. Now, this finger loop is for all my people who might just want to have a reassuring grip on it. Sometimes when we go on vacation, I could be hanging somewhere, or not really hanging somewhere, but taking my picture off a cliff or something wild. I want to make sure you have a little bit more security, man. So if you are a finger loop person, this is something that you can do. Once again, this finger loop is interchangeable. You take the case off and you'll see where you can actually slide another one in here. They included a white one in the packaging as well. And I like the finger loop. It really doesn't, once you kind of smooth it out, it's really not in the way, and you really don't feel it when you're holding the device. So it's a nice little addition on right here. Next, you're going to have a real subtle kickstand. This is going to be plastic. It has a little bit of wiggle to it. So I'm just not a huge fan of these floppy plasticky kickstands. Sure, it'll get the job done if you want to pop it up, watch some content, or do anything like that. But I feel like, it has kind of a little spring on it if you can hear it. And that's going to kind of stop it from going a little bit too far. But I feel like if you put pressure on this, a kid or somebody get this, snapping off. I really feel like that's what it's going to do when we are talking about this little stand. But it does have a little piece of magnet right here that clips back into place. Now, let's go ahead and talk about magnets. And before we talk about the MagSafe, once again, man, they have these magnets. And if you know anything about Magbak cases, these things literally slap anywhere. Right quick, I'll go ahead and go downstairs and slap this thing on my refrigerator. You can be looking at an actual recipe or something, and you need to mount it on your refrigerator. Guess what? You can do that. Even if you're looking at something on your car, say you're fixing something on your car and you want to you don't got nowhere to hold your phone. pop the bad boy in your car, man. You'll be good. And these magnets have a soft lining, so you don't got to worry about it damaging your car, anything like that. And also, whatever metal you have, slap it on it, man. I actually slapped it on the side of my computer monitor right here, and it popped up there just fine. Well, computer tower. So that's the good thing about Magbak. It's going to have those little magnets, so you will be good to go. Now, talking about the magnets that really matter, let's go ahead and talk about this MagSafe, because it's a little weird, because sometimes when you put this on a charger, you're going to want it to take over these other magnets. So you kind of have to make sure that that MagSafe magnet is in there on the middle, because those other magnets can kind of mess with the alignment just a little bit. But let's go ahead and see what this case has going on. As you see, it tries to pick up this base, but you kind of have to really make sure it's in the middle, but it's not going to pick this up. Even with the additional magnets on it, that does not really affect the MagSafe strength. It's going to be two versions of magnets, all right? So when it comes to MagSafe magnets, it's not the strongest, but the magnets that you can stick anywhere, yeah, those are going to be strong as hell. Now, let's go ahead and use some accessories real quick. If you're going to be looking at a MagSafe wallet, this black on black looks very smooth. But once again, this material is a little bit slippery, all right? So you may get a little move here and there, but you can kind of feel that MagSafe magnet, feel like it's taking advantage of those other magnets as well. So that's the thing if you want that to be there. Real quick, one thing I forgot, the finger pillow, all right? This down here is called the finger pillow, and basically what this thing is, it's just a port cover. Now, I'm not really sure how I feel about this, me personally. You kind of could have got rid of that, but it is what it is, all right? But let's go ahead and get to the test that all you guys want to see, and that's going to be the Mag Shake Shake test. So I'm not sure how this is going to go, but let's go ahead and go for it real quick. So light shake, okay, medium, shit. So as you saw, medium shake just flew off, and that was one of the more violent shakes and fly-offs that I've had in a very long time. So when it comes to MagSafe strength, it is not the strongest, but when it comes to these magnets and doing what they have to do, these magnets, if you stick them onto a surface, is actually going to be very strong. Now, you've heard me talk about the price on and off in this video. And yes, we're still going to get into the screen protector, but this case is 80 bucks, all right? Now, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be worth that 80 bucks because it does have a cheap feeling to it, all right? This right here is just a little bit too flimsy and plasticky. It's just, this isn't doing it for me. I want a little bit more of a sturdy kickstand when it comes to that. When it comes to this finger loop, all right, this finger loop stays in there for the most part, but God forbid if you ever just pull and tug this, it's pretty sturdy, but this will come out if your phone isn't in there. So it relies on your phone to really keep this in there. So that's not bad in my opinion. But overall, I mean, it's just a lot of plastic going on. And sometimes I have a hard time paying for a case that's all plasticky for 80 bucks, even though you do have those magnets into it. Now, one thing that you could potentially be paying for is going to be the screen protector. All right. Now, I do have a screen protector currently on my device. Let's go ahead and turn this device off because I'm going to take my perfectly installed, and if I can get my device power down, and we're going to install their included screen protector because I don't want to get out of this without actually showing you the meat and potatoes of this box's packaging. So just like I stated, man, you're going to get a screen protector in this box right here. Now, it's going to come with your little plastic. It's going to say screen protector accessories. So let's go ahead and tear this open real fast and let's see what's going on. You're going to have your little cloth to wipe it down, alcohol swab sticker. All right, that's all you need. Another alcohol pad here, and it's going to be some instructions. Guess what? We don't need to read the instructions, okay? So first things first, let's go ahead and grab the alcohol wipe real fast, and let's hit it with it. All right, so write your phone down real quick. Sorry this video was taking so long, man, but like I said, I try to run through each and every individual aspect of what's going on with this case. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and write the phone down right here. All right. Wipe it down, and we're going to look at it real quick. Let's go ahead and grab our sticker, and let's see if we see any particles anywhere when it comes to this. I don't like this sticker paper because this is kind of just already flimsy as hell when it comes out of the box. So boom, let's go ahead and do that. Now, what you want to do is put your phone in here upside down, okay? I know it's upside down because that's the only way that it can potentially go in there. And all you want to do is close this case down, and then it's going to say unfold and pull to install the screen protector. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Boom. And we've seen installations like this where you slap it in here and you pull it out and it's going to install it. And then let's go ahead and take this out of the packaging. Now they don't give you any squeegees, but luckily I got a squeegee over here real quick. Ah, let me go ahead and grab this squeegee and let's go ahead and get all of these little bubbles out. And this thing actually installed it perfectly. Perfect installed screen protector that you can see right here. When you're talking about edge to edge, it does come very slightly when it comes to edge. Let's go ahead and get logged in real quick, hit that camera control and actually see. Now, one thing about these screen protectors, and this is going to be an issue for a lot of these screen protectors for the 16 series with these black bezels, it will cut into your camera just a little bit. If you see these white framing and you only see that bottom line for the framing and not the top, that means this black border is actually running into the borders of the actual iPhone. And that's what I wanted to test because you will run into that issue a lot when it comes to screen protectors. Something you have to deal with. Doesn't necessarily bother me because you can't really tell when actually viewing this. You cannot really tell what's going on. But for the main point, I feel like it does just fine, especially when you slap these up there. It does work. So if you want to order this case, 80 bucks. It's going to come with this case that has a lot of bells and whistles to it, extra magnets, kickstand, finger loop, but it's really plasticky for 80 bucks. Does come with a screen protector, does come with an easy install, and you get an extra magnet right here if something goes wrong and you can replace one of those magnets in your actual phone. So this is going to be it, man. This is going to be the Magbak Elite case. For me, I feel like 80 bucks is still a little bit of a stretch. All right. Buttons work fine. Nice and tactile when it comes to those buttons. All of those work just fine. But for 80 bucks, I don't know, man. It depends on if you really need the utilities that this case has to offer. But if you're interested in one, man, I'll be sure to leave the link down below to Magbak so you can go out there and pick yourself up one. You guys have been asking about this video, man. So hopefully I covered each and everything that you want to hear about this case. And if you have any questions about it, because I know this case does have a lot going on, man, I will be in the comment section down below. But if you want to if you want to get that protection, man, and you want a nice solid case for your iPhone 16 Pro Max without quite spending 80 bucks, I'll leave a nice little option right here.